What is going on? Welcome to Gregos TV. This is the TCL TAB NXTPAPER 5G. So it has or emulates an e-ink display, but then you also just have a regular display as well. I'll show you how it actually works and what it's all about. This is a 5G tablet for Verizon. It's around 200 bucks or so, 230 bucks, somewhere in that range. You might be able to get it for free depending upon what kind of deal Verizon gives you. Now, I already took the tablet out, but I'll show you. I like this because it kind of shows you the specs right on here with a 10.4-inch 2K display. You get 128 gigs of storage, 6 gigabytes of RAM, 6,000 milliamp battery. The cameras are 8 megapixel. You get 2 speakers, or just they call dual speakers, but we'll just call it stereo speakers. Low blue light, so it's easy on your eyes. You got a multi-layer display and the NXTPAPER mode. So really cool, interesting device. Also inside, you get a SIM card eject tool, and then you also comes with, this is a rarity these days, it comes with a charger, which is 18 watt and a USB-C cable for charging. So really cool that it comes all inside the box and you don't really have to worry about anything, and you can just get to going with the tablet. Now, let's throw this off to the side real quick and bring in the star of the show. Here is the star of the show. Tablet. It's got a, I think that's a, it might be black. Looks like a dark blue to me though. TCL branding on there. There's the camera housing. Looks great, very minimalistic. Here you go at the bottom here where you have the speakers and you have USB-C charging. Here's the speakers on the other side as well. You have your buttons for volume and stuff right there. You have your power button at the top. And that's pretty much it. That's the way the camera right there. That's pretty much the tablet. Very simple tablet. There's no fingerprint sensor on here, so which a little bit of unfortunate. So the only way to unlock it is with face unlock, which isn't secure, so you can't use it for banking apps and stuff like that. So the only way for, like, if you're going to use your banking apps and stuff for this would be to literally type in the password all the time. I'm just pulling it away so you don't see my code, my goodies. Yeah, so keep that in mind. But this is, like I said, it's a very interesting tablet because it has that e-ink mode, and I'll show you that in a moment. But otherwise, it's pretty easy to use too. You can use it in portrait or landscape mode, however you see fit and whatever works best for you. Just going to lower the brightness on that for a little bit. Was that 100%? One thing is you can't really use this outdoors. It's I believe it's 600 nits of brightness, which is pretty low, and you're not going to be doing anything crazy outdoors. But indoors, it's perfectly fine. It's definitely bright enough. You can buy a TCL pen and you can draw on stuff. I'll show you a little drawing that we did on here, and it came out pretty cool. But yeah, you can download a drawing app. There's no pre-installed drawing apps like a Samsung tablet might have, but otherwise it's yeah, it's pretty interesting. Here's the pen. You charge it via USB-C. It doesn't mount or anything on here. It won't stick to the back. The pen does come with this, which will hold your pen. You'd put your, I guess you'd put your pen in here and kind of adhesive this to the back of the tablet somehow. Kind of a weird implementation, but I guess you can do that. Now, since this is like a NXTPAPER display, I have basically liked shooting right down at it, and it has this matte display, so it's actually anti-reflective for the most part. Light just comes right off it, which is great. It doesn't stick on it, so it's really nice in that regard that, you know, you have light beating on this and it doesn't really bother the display at all. Now, this is you know, not a super fast tablet, but you can game on here. I'm going to show you some games on here. We'll start off with something like that. We'll show off some Roblox on here. You can play Roblox. I just leave it to the regular settings on here and let it do its thing. But it plays it. I mean, it's not, don't get me wrong, this is not an amazing experience gaming on here. It's not that kind of experience at all, but totally playable. So if you're getting this for a kid or something, and they'd have 5G to be able to play everywhere, you can see Roblox is literally like what, the most or one of the most popular games in the world. Kids love it, or a little hiccup there, but it's totally playable. If you know, it's not perfect, but it's playable. You know, it's not gonna hurt you. And you can see this is a like a sushi, revolving sushi type eating game. I'll just go outside real quick. This is a cool game though. It's like they made this little tiny little Japanese area with a revolving sushi and like some convenience stores that you can go into. My son plays this game sometimes. You can talk to the clerk and eat sushi and eat stuff from this mart, buy drinks. It's just an interesting, go and get an apartment, rent an apartment. Very, very cool stuff. But you can see it plays that fine. I'll also go into Tomcat. This is just a kind of a basic game. You know, these type of games are almost anything can play it. And I just wanted to kind of show you that this thing does and has no problem playing it. When you want to play it, go. Let's go. Let's go. Loads up pretty well. You can see, not really too bad of a time loading it up. But look at it, it's pretty nice, right? It's not bad at all. Good, get rid of that. I don't need to watch any ads. I always get confused with this one. Like it's oh my God, that is terrible. How did I die? How did I die? No, I'm not using that. That is terrible. Can't believe I died that quick. We'll do it one more time. Why not? I can't be that bad. Like literally, I played this like 2 seconds ago, or not 2 seconds ago, a few hours back, and I was like, man, I can't die in this game. I'm playing so good. Playing really good. I'll just keep them straight. Keep them straight on course. But this display, it does have like a, it doesn't feel as smooth, which it's not supposed to because it's like an e-ink paper display. It almost feels like it's supposed to replicate the feeling of paper, and it kind of does. Don't get me wrong, it doesn't feel exactly like paper, but it's also not as smooth as just traditional tablet display would be. But these kind of games run really fun, really well. They're really easy to use and stuff. They play well, and there's no, you know, it's not going to have any issues playing this game. So that's really, really nice. So it can play games, yes. Is it a game demon? Definitely not. Now this can handle more storage, up to 2 terabytes on a micro SD. So if you want to add more storage, you can. I'm just going to play a quick video, let you hear the sound on here, in case you're curious of how it all sounds. Let's play this one real quick.
What was the score of some game or play music? You can see
the volume's already all the way up.
Things that you can try to say. You can play podcasts.
You can play videos up to 1440p. It doesn't do it won't play a 4K video, but 1440p, and it looks pretty good. Like the quality of the video is not too bad at all.
What's the weather tomorrow? Tons of information. Tons of.
Play a quick song here. So speakers sound decent, not the best I've heard, but for 200 bucks, they sound damn good, and they're stereo. Now let me show you that mode I was talking about earlier. So if you go into settings, swipe down twice, there's settings, and if you go into this mode right here, where it's called NXTPAPER zone, and you have these different modes. So you have ink paper mode, which paper-like display effect with black and white ink. You have color paper mode, which is for low saturation, soft paper-like displaying effect, and then the regular mode, which it's in now. Now, why would you want ink paper mode? Well, let's check it out. Maybe you'll want it just to use it, and it doesn't make it feel any different. It takes a few seconds to switch over, but now it's in it, and you can use it just like your regular tablet. Everything, you know, pretty much looks the same. You open up your browser window, everything's just in black and white. You know, when you go to a Droid Life website, no matter how you look at it, it's just in black and white. So it's almost like a newspaper. So if you like that effect, the color bothers your eyes or whatever, then you can do that. But you might also want to read a book. So maybe you want to bring on the Kindle app. So I'm just going to bring up Kindle. There you go. Kindle app's open, and just imagine reading a book like this. Like, you know, it pretty much does this anyway when it's in regular color mode, but this is just easier on your eyes, and it looks exactly like a book. And I think that's one of its highest, you know, selling features is this. Like, you can, this is a cool tablet, you know, you get that e-ink display without the ridiculous e-ink lagginess of switching pages or anything. It's awesome. It's like reading a newspaper, so it's really, really cool in that regard. But then you also have the other mode, which I'll show you right now. Let's go back into settings, and we'll go into paper zone. We'll go into the color mode now, hit OK. It's going to revive itself into that colored mode. And there you go. It's a little bit softer this time. The colors aren't as rich. It's a little bit less. And, you know, I'll go into like the Google Play Store or something. You can just see the colors just aren't as vibrant. But maybe you like that. Maybe you're reading a comic, or maybe you're reading a book and it's got some pictures in it and you want to see some of those colors, but you want to replicate the effect of maybe just a regular old storybook. That's where this stuff kind of really shines and looks really cool and just seems really, really interesting. And I think it's just, I like when companies do stuff like this where they take a chance and they push the boundaries of something different. This just feels pretty cool, and it's super simple to switch between the different modes. Beyond that, I will run through some of these settings in here. There is a little bit of customization. You've got your home screen and lock screen, and you can go into your home settings and turn off your Google feed or display recently apps in the drawer. App icons, you can change your home app if you want, change the size of your home screen grid if you want it to be bigger or smaller, or however you want it. You can do all that. Go back here, and then we'll go into, where else we got? I showed you this is the zone. You got your display settings on here, and display settings. You can turn it on and off dark mode. Basic stuff. It's basically a hyped up version of probably like regular plain old Android with a couple of these things. You have all the NXT Vision things to increase the quality of the image you're on, or turn on reading mode or darker display mode. Change the color temperature and mode. Sounds and vibrations are on here. Buttons and gestures, I switched over to gesture navigation like I'm using now. You have your smart manager, apps, storage, accessibility, you got system updates. This is running, if I'm not mistaken, Android 14. I didn't get any updates yet. It probably got an update since I've had it. It has a MediaTek Dimensity 6100 Plus. So again, not a crazy fast processor, but like it does those things pretty well. Like I want to show you something here. So we're gonna go into YouTube. We're gonna start playing a video. I'm just gonna turn this volume down. Put in a Greggles video. All right, I got a video of me playing. I'm gonna swipe up and hold. I'm gonna press the arrow down. I'm gonna go into split screen. I'm gonna choose my browser. And while this is playing, I'm watching a video. You see, I'll even put this to its highest resolution because it's playing at 480p. 1440p, I'm watching this while I'm looking at a website, reading an article, loads up fast, no problems in that regard. Look at this. We'll switch it this way. So now I have it at the top and bottom. Maybe it just works in my life better that way. I'll fast forward the video. Still playing great. It's playing at 1440. I'm reading the article, and you can hit the button in the middle and you can switch these around if you want. Do it again. I can bring this up and it's going to get rid of one of these. So maybe I want to, and the video will probably stop, but like maybe I wanted to play, Roblox. So can I play Roblox at the same time here? Maybe it won't let me play Roblox. It doesn't look like I can play a video game. I don't know. Let's just try Tom Hero. Maybe we'll see if the video keeps playing while I'm playing this. Yeah, it stopped. Maybe if I turn off the settings, it would do both. But literally, it's not struggling at all doing any of this, and that's pretty cool. Even though it is not the most powerful processor in the world, it still does a pretty darn good job, just day-to-day stuff, and with all that stuff. And then you got like your Chrome. When I bring up Chrome and I'm going to a website, androidpolice.com. Oh man, we already turned this on. Android, what is going on here? Androidpolice.com. And I bring that up. Whatever. We'll search for that. Can I bring that up? And, no problems at all. Bring up the TSA website. Why not? So this tablet's like, again, it's not like super fast, but it's fast enough to like do regular stuff, like everyday regular stuff, from gaming to looking at websites, reading books. It's a widescreen view, so it gets a little bit unwieldy sometimes, even though it's not a huge tablet. I kind of like the square tablets, but this is fine. It's not too big. You do have the bezel around, which is not too bad, not too big. TCL gave me this. I don't know if you can actually buy this. You might be able to, but it's just like a little sleeve you can put the tablet in. Also want to mention that with this tablet, you're not going to get a ton of accessories like you would with like a Samsung or an Apple tablet. But other than that, it's pretty freaking cool with what it can do. I'll link it down below if you want to pick it up. It works plenty fine. There's not really any junkware on here. There's a couple of Verizon apps and then the Google apps and then the apps that I installed. And that's it. I didn't see any other junkware besides the Verizon apps, which to you, they might not be junk. I don't think you can get rid of it. Let me just see. I looked earlier. I can only force stop the app. I can't delete the Verizon apps that they have on here. But otherwise, there's not too much stuff on here, and it's really easy to use. And it works great. So I'll link it down below. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day, and we'll see you down the road. Peace.